Day 7. We made it. We made it to day 7. We are activated. All right. We'll get started here in a few. We'll take the breathing technique a little bit different today. I'll guide us through it. Get you some water, maybe some paper and pen or pencil or colors. Get you some smell goods. And we'll blast off here in a minute. I'm excited for today to bring y'all some beautiful transmissions. We'll start here in 3 minutes. Be prepared to activate the ship today. Affirmation and intention for today is my heart is awakened and activated. We'll start here in 1 more minute. Make sure you got some water, a pen and paper, some good mellow. What I mean by that is the smells, oils or sages or Palo Santo or shoot, if you don't got that, some blades of grass, get some nature smoking in around. It's good for the air, good for the space. So today, what we're going to do with the breathing is instead of going 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to go 4 minutes because 4 is the door and 4 is the number from the root chakra, is the heart. It's the 4th chakra, right? So we're going to do that. And then we're going to go into 3 deep breaths, which is going to end up adding up to 7. So just know that this intention in mind is to activate your heart. And know that it's already, but your full being will be activated after today. So how this is done is, this is a pranayama kriya yoga breathing, something I learned recently. So what you're going to do is you're going to inhale and you're going to breathe out 7 times from your nose without any extra inhale or exhale between. So you would inhale, hold it, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it'll look something like this. And what this is going to do, and I'll guide you through it in the beginning. So what this is going to do is it's going to massage your digestive system as well as activate your being. So we'll start that in 1 minute and I'll guide us through it. And then we'll go into the 3 deep breaths and we'll lift off. So just prepare yourself, get your back straight, chin parallel with the floor, eyes looking straight. And if you want, you can even look at the tip of the nose to stay focused on your third eye. If you're a person that closes the eyes, or if you just shut the eyes a little lower, but keep them open, just make sure you stay focused in the midline of your nose. So let's begin. I'm going to inhale and exhale 7 times through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then repeat without any pauses. Inhale, hold, exhale 7 times through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, exhale 7 times through the nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now just keep repeating this. Inhale, pause, exhale through the nose. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, exhale. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, inhale, exhale through the nose 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I'm going to mute myself so I can go along with y'all, and then I'll come back to guide us through the end of it. Make sure to keep doing it. You'll inhale, and when you exhale through the nose 7 times without any pauses. So you inhale, hold, exhale 7 times through the nose. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Repeat. Inhale, exhale 7 times through the nose. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again. One more minute. You could take a drink of water if you need. Okay, now for the 3 deep breaths. We'll start now. 1 large inhale. Hold. Exhale, love. Slowly drop the shoulders. Inhale, love. Hold. Exhale, love. Inhale, activation. Hold. Exhale, heart awakening. Now just breathe at your own pace and put the attention into your heart. My heart is activated. My being is activated. Now let's take off. So today, on day 7, we will go through the heart chakra awakening. As you can see in this picture right here, there's like a depiction of what you can see as like some roots or a tree, right? And the roots are going more higher and higher, and now they're starting to, branch off into different directions, different paths, right? But they're all guided and headed to this pure light right here. And this is just an intuitive, a picture paints 1,000 words, right? So I just want us to keep in mind, like I was discussing yesterday, that we're all on this journey, and we all are using each other to remind each other about our being and our awakenings if we're asleep. So a shift in consciousness. The heart chakra awakening is also a spiritual awakening. Hence, your personality is changing and you're becoming a new person, a better upgraded version of yourself. Your spiritual sight opens up and you become a seeker or deeper truth, I'm sorry. So your spiritual sight opens up and you become a seeker of deeper truth. Changes that you used to scare you become exciting, maybe even too exciting, as people often tend to change their lives entirely at once. So when you start to awaken your heart and activate the heart and the being, you have a shift in consciousness. And the heart center and the heart area is a connection to, like we discussed in previous days, that it's the connection to the spirit world, right? So once we start to become aware of that, your whole personality changes, right? You become a whole new person. It's like you're upgrading. You're even starting to become aware of your abilities and your power when you start to pull out from that center and that unconditional love, right? So your your spiritual sight opens too. So what I would call this is like your first eye, or your third eye, as a lot of us call it, right? So you being able to see what you usually don't see every day, which is the mundane world, right? So now you're starting to tap into the magical world, aka a shift in consciousness, right? So you have to become aware to even be able to see with all, you know, the people that have seen and are awakened and have their spiritual side open, and they tell these stories, and you're like, well, I want to see that too, you right? Or I want to have an experience or anything like that. So you have the tools now in order to have an experience, in order to start bridging your dreams to the waking world realm. You have the tools to journal the dreams down, right? You have tools to check in with if your heart is open or not. So these are the tools you'll have to use in order to get your spiritual side open. So once you get your spiritual side open, you become a seeker of deeper truth. But then it goes even beyond that. Once you've seeked and you feel like you've seeked and seeked and seeked, and you'll never stop seeking. That's the thing. But the thing is once you've seeked for so long, you'll begin to live it, right? So once you live it, and when I say live it, I mean you live in this happiness. You're in the pursuit of happiness. No, like you're guiding yourself through intuition, through your heart, right? Nobody has to give you validation about what you're doing. You know thyself because you healed thyself, right? So things will start to become real fun and exciting. So it's like we grow up, we're a kid, we have so much fun. The world is so amazing, right? And then we start growing up and life starts getting mundane and boring and I gotta go to work, right? So once you start bringing that awareness back to your inner child, even like your inner, because we always talk about the inner child. So if there's an inner child, then where's the inner father and mother, right? And this is what we've been talking about symbolically with the left and right brain and the masculine and feminine energies, right? So you got to put all those together within to bring the happiness without and have that shift in consciousness. So being in your body will become a joyful experience and you'll feel more love and acceptance towards your body. This is so important. This is something I had to come to realization. And this is what I was talking about is how like we're all in our heads, right? It's like we got no body, like we forgot about our body, right? So the more you pay attention to your body, not only will you able to hear the heart, like I've been discussing, when you really listen, it'll start to become a joyful experience because you'll hear your body talking to you. This is the guidance. It'd be like, oh, I don't think that's good for me. Like when you start choosing what you're eating and how you're reacting and how you're responding to different stuff, right? Your body is psychic. So your body's always telling you. But if you don't know how to listen to it, then you'll just go straight to the, to the left brain, right brain hemispheres, which is like what we discussed as what? The labyrinth. You'll get stuck in a maze between what's good and bad. So in order to perceive and answer and respond in the moment of the situation, you need to be able to listen to your body. And the more you'll be able to listen to the body, the more you'll accept and love your body. The mind, the head is a part of the body. So don't separate it. That's the division. That's the magic of it. Like you can do that, but it's like it's still in one. So it's like the organs. It's like we got all these different organs and they're separate, but they're working in unison for us to be able to even be here talking to each other. So other changes that aren't visible are the cellular changes. Your body cells become lighter and they won't need so much sleep and food as they used to because they'll also receive nourishment from the light and air. This is called prana, or the chi, how we went over yesterday, the chi and the shin, right? And the jing. So that's why I said that it's important to know about this because this is more ancient terminology of what we're actually going through here and what we sustain to keep life force, which is the chi or the prana, what we get from the sun, the light, the air, right? So also known as life force or chi, qi in the Chinese medicine. So and I want to make this very clear. It says in the Chinese medicine, because once you start to be able to become more aware of your body and go outside and get this chi, right? You'll use that for food. You'll use that for nutrients. You'll use that for medicine. You see? This is more ancient science that we've forgotten. But this is the reminder. There will also be a change in your chakra system. You may know that traditionally we function within the 7 chakra system. However, as the heart chakra awakening continues, you switch to the 12 chakra system. Once again, this isn't visible and measurable change, but you'll notice it if this happens to you. So this is something that happened to me. I've studied the 7 chakra system for years, right? And then the trippy thing about it is like you can't use both systems. It don't work. Like you got to use one or the other. So once I got into the 12 chakra system, I started noticing different parts of my body activating. It's not that they weren't activated, but I guess the awareness of that center that we're calling the chakras, right? So I noticed that in the rib, there's another heart chakra. And this is why I'm saying you'll notice it for yourself. Like everybody has their intuitive like guidance on this. And there is a chart. You can look up the chart just like the 7 one, but it gets deep. It goes even deeper than 12, just FYI. And don't overwhelm yourself. It comes with the heart awakening, right? What do we say in one of the slides? The heart is the rite of passage to this stuff. So get more aware in the heart, you know, activate the being, take care of yourself, love yourself, and you'll be shown keys and maps within. So then I noticed this one they call it the zeal chakra, and it sits on the base of the skull. Some people call it the jade gate. And I believe this is one of the areas, it's a gateway. It's like a gate. I guess that's why they call it the jade gate, because once you get to the floating point, which is the observer point, you travel. And once you get to the floating point, you reach that jade gate. But you have to be able to go through these 7 chakras and understand these 7 chakras, not what just the internet's telling you and what I'm telling you and these books are telling you. You got to go inside and see what they're telling you and how they're guiding you, right? This is how I found out about the 12 chakra system, is because when I really went within, and I guess, you know, intuition, or however we want to call it, like I explained, or I had played the clip where the dude said you could call it spirit, God, divine, right? Whatever you want to call it, gave me that key. But you have to be able to show not only self and the divine that you're willing to do the work. What's the work? The work is loving thyself, healing thyself, right? Cleaning up the chain. What's the chain? It's the DNA, right? It gets scrambled throughout life. We get trauma. We got emotion bonded, you know, baggage from this DNA, right? So we need to clean. We need to activate our being. We need to be able to put these new experiences on the DNA, right? For the new generations to come. So as a result of plunging into the 12 chakra system, your intuition gets stronger, and you may develop or enhance psychic abilities such as seeing the aura, energy structures that surround us, or you may, hold on. Oh, sorry. Or you may develop psychic gifts. So once the 12 chakra system starts opening and you start playing around with it, you start meditating on it, you start seeing the colors, you start seeing them merging with other colors, right? Because this is what all happens when you start to open up that eye, right? That single eye. You start to see the colors, you start seeing them merging, you start seeing pathways, you start seeing channels, all kind of stuff. So once you start activating, or not activate, once you start rolling on that 12 chakra system, your guidance center will start not only just, this is just the basics of it, right? So you'll start, we can probably already do that with the 7 chakra system, is being able to see the aura, right? But when your 12 chakra system is open and you're using it, you can always see that, and you could turn it on. See, with the 7 one, it's like you're still trying to learn how to do it. You know, it clicks on and off every once in a while. You're like, am I seeing the aura? Like, you're still questioning stuff. By the 12 chakra system, you know what you're doing, right? So you turn off and on sides of the consciousness pretty much. And we'll get into this, you know, in later builds, but this is just the awareness of that you can do these things. It's using these planets right here. This is all you. And all these, they have powers, they have abilities, but you have to know the karmas of these, because once you know the karmas of these, then you know the activation point, because you know what to not to do or what to let go of for this planet or this part of you activating. So, a quote from Krishna: I am seated in the hearts of all. The heart chakra awakening is a gift. It's for you to heal your body, change the way you think and feel, and also to experience genuine love for yourself. Support this amazing process by consciously participating and letting go of the limiting belief systems and integrating the shadow aspects of yourself. I'll repeat. Support this amazing process by consciously participating and letting go of the limiting belief systems and integrating the shadow aspects of yourself. So this is what we was going on in previous builds, right? About the seeing the back of you, the shadow self, and when we don't do it, we put it on the others, and then we get mad and say it's their fault. And it's like, we always are talking about how everybody's self and you know, we're all one, but you don't act like that. So in order to be able to practice what you preach, you got to go see your shadow self, you know, and we all got to do this. I got to do this. You got to do this. And nobody's perfect. That's the thing we want to be, right? But it's progress. It's process of the progress that we really need to be patting ourselves on the back about. Because every time we try to get perfect and do everything perfect, and we see that it's not perfect, we beat ourselves up because of our what? Our belief systems. Because yes, we are divine and we have that aspect of being perfect, but we are human too. And that's the bridge. That's why we're so powerful. We're able to actually go to that side of things. We can go even lower than here. We can go to any realm we want to. We are time travelers, you see? And when you activate your being and open your heart, you'll see that. And I'm here to show you. I'm here to do the best I can to show you that you're powerful. You are a time traveler. Literally. Like, people don't think about this, but you die 365 times a day, like out the year, because you go to sleep every night. Did you ever think about that? You die and rebirth every night, and every day you wake up. So this is a blessing, right? See that, be grateful for that. And I promise you, the more you're grateful for, the more benefits you'll gain. Don't look for the benefits though. Don't work for the fruits of your labor, right? Like we talked about with the flower, like I keep nutrient in this flower, I keep water in this flower, but it's not growing. Where's my flower? Where's my ability? Don't worry about it. Just keep doing it. You get to do this stuff. You don't have to do this stuff, right? You have an opportunity here. This is a, like I say, this is a blessing, and it can be a curse too. But that's the beauty of it. This is the cosmic drama. This is the movie. This is the dream. So just remember, like I always say, if you ever feel lost, you know, you can use the mudra, or you can go back into your heart, because I am seated in the hearts of all. Not only Krishna, me, you, whoever you looking up to, you know, I don't look up to nobody really no more, because I need to look up to myself, right? Because if I look up to myself, then I keep striving, I keep pushing. What if I'm looking up to somebody and they do something I don't like or something, because I get into that maze, I get into that labyrinth. And now I feel weird because this is a person I was looking up to, the idol, right? So don't idolize nothing. Be yourself, be unique, love thyself, and heal thyself. And make sure that you start going through, you start checking in with your heart, and you start seeing, what are my belief systems? Because it's not that all of them are not true or wrong, false. But what it is this, it's like, you don't believe, let me put this in the right terminology. It's like you don't believe about your mom or dad because you know your mom and dad, right? So there's a difference here between belief and knowing, right? So we want to get to the point of knowing. We don't want to just react and it's a man, yeah, let me get this out. It's a thing of faith, the belief system, which is nothing wrong with it. But what is faith? Faith is a stepping stone to the truth, to the knowing, right? What's the truth? We always ask it. You're the truth. You, unconditional love, your fabric of your being, the fabric of this whole reality. Why do we keep coming back here? We got to love something, right? So just remember, your very fabric is infinite and is unconditional love. There's no need to look for it elsewhere. So a glimpsing of pure love. Our highest vibration, our essence, who we really are, is pure love. The divine reality of existence, the present, the I am, resides in the spiritual heart. We might find temporary happiness by looking out in the world, but true lasting love must first be discovered within. When by the flood of your tears, the inner and outer have fused into one, you will find her whom you sought with such anguish, nearer than the nearest, the very breath of life, the very core of every heart. This is what this is what I call, like, like cosmic mother, pretty much. Like, so when by the flood of your tears, the inner and outer have fused into one, you will find her whom you sought with such anguish, nearer than the nearest, the very breath of life, the very core of every heart. Just sink on that. I know it's probably not hitting right now, but just sink on it. Like, just don't worry about it. Just take it in. I'm gonna read it one more time. 3 times is the charm. You could, close your eyes, just breathe, and just hear this for a second. This is a gem that's deep within the water that you gotta kind of polish off. You gotta polish it off. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful, right? So this is the tears. This is, so when you cry, when you release that water, this is the emotion. This is you getting closer to yourself. This is you shedding. This is you bringing new cellular, like we said, we can't see it. But when you notice that when you cry, like you feel stuff like releasing out of you, and it's a lot of people, like, they don't like to cry, right? They like want to hide it, or like they just don't like to do it. But let me tell you, that crying stuff, like, it releases trauma. It releases the data that you've been holding, that's been your belief systems, right? So I'll read it again. When by the flood of your tears, the inner and outer have fused into one, you will find her whom you sought with such anguish, nearer than the nearest. Listen to this. You will find her, whom you sought with such anguish, nearer than the nearest, the very breath of life, the very core of every heart. So what was I just saying about the love and all that, right? Like you don't need to go anywhere to find it, right? Because it's nearer than the nearest, the very breath of life, something that you have to do to live. It's with you, the very core of every heart. So just let that sink. I just had to like make sure y'all hear that. And I'm like I said, I know it might not make sense right now, but I'm telling you, it'll click eventually. So to end us off, oh, hold on. Okay. So to end us off, the simple 7 on the 7th day. This is important. And this is all you need to keep that life force and chi running, beautiful, keep your skin clean and shining, right? Keep your awareness awakened, keep your consciousness on super consciousness. So we'll start off with the sun. You need the sun. This is where you might want to pull out your paper and pen too. So the sun, make sure you receive daily exposure to natural light. Photon energy is imperative to the health of the cellular terrain. Okay. Now we're going to go to air. Take time to breathe deeply. Even 5 minutes of deep nostril breathing each day will improve your health along all lines. Sleep. Sleep clears the lymph system during sleep. 7 to 8 hours of good rest will allow the parasympathetic nervous system to clear toxins and useless thought debris from the day. Stillness and peace can be induced by silently repeating, I am light, and imagining the light within you increasing. And then we go to exercise. Your body was made to move. It likes to move. Movement creates energy. Dance, walk, do yoga, run, cartwheel, whatever you like. You must make sure you get your heart rate up for a minimum of 20 minutes daily. So get that heart pumping, where you can feel it. You need some water. You need to slow down for a second. You just want to get it so it can start pumping out that oxygen throughout your whole system. So, and it gets away a lot of debris. It gets away a lot of, these forces, these entities that like to cling on to us. They don't like that exercise and stuff. They're like, oh, he's doing too much. Like, oh, he's doing yoga. Nah, that's how they are internally. They like alerting their fellows and stuff. Like, hey, we got to do something. Then your ego comes into play when you're trying to meditate and stuff. It's like the lawnmower starts going off, right? Somebody comes and knocks on the door, and it's like, oh, well, I can't meditate. Right? That's the forces. So, water. Then we go to water. Hydration is everything. So drink plenty of good quality water. Watch out for pH levels in bottled water. Try to drink water that is pH 7 or above. And this is to have a more alkaline like status. And then we go to food. Avoid synthetic processed food wherever possible or whenever possible. The Danielle fast is the optimum eating regimen. Some I had to even remind myself about. I ain't never heard about no Danielle fast. And then the last one, preservation. Each month when the moon is in your sun sign, refrain from climax induced by any sort of sexual stimulation. You can find these dates on the apps such as Deluxe Moon. Please observe the tropical and sidereal dates to ensure full preservation. So that's just like the type of astrology systems that it's advising to use. And this is coming from Kelly Marie Kerr, The Cell of Life. So that's all I have for the end of the 7th day, and there's plenty of more to come. But I wanted to end y'all off with just giving you these simple 7 tools, because these simple 7 tools, if you could just do these simple 7 every day, hey, you set. Life force is good. You shining, you breathing, right? Consciousness, super consciousness is coming in. You getting experiences from the heart, right? You dancing with the sun, right? You preserving that life force, that creative energy. And you start awakening that being, and now you're on full status mode. You feel like you a superhuman. So yeah, I'll open up the mics if anybody wanted to come up and just have a comment or a question or just give thanks. And we would just want to say thanks to the ancestors and for the ones showing up for self. And you're right on time for the ones here live and the ones watching this on the recording. So thank you so much for making it with me through this 7-day journey, and stay tuned for more to come. Let me open up the mics.
Excellent.
Can you, are y'all unmuted or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Hi.
Hey. So I don't know if y'all have seen yet, but tomorrow there is an event. It is called the Heart Healing. It is on the free membership. So anybody and everybody can come, invite all that you can. And what this is it's going to go into what's coming up, a more advanced version of this and the outline of it. So y'all be the first to see it, and we will be live on YouTube. So just to keep y'all informed that this will be streamed on YouTube and on Zoom. And yeah, that's tomorrow, I believe at 12:45 Central Time.
12:45.
So it's a little bit, it's 15 minutes more earlier than what we did with the chakra. I mean, not the like I'm wanting to say chakra, the 7-day activation. Because the 7 days were at 1 o'clock, right? So we'll do the thing tomorrow at 12:45, which is 15 minutes before the usual timing of these events. So make sure if y'all can to show up to that so y'all could see what's going on. And
that would be 1:45 for me, but I can still make it.
Okay. Yeah, and did anybody have any questions or anything about the simple 7? Because the simple 7 is what's going to get you, like, this is what's going to get you through. This is all, I was just telling my mom, like, you just need to exercise. You need to do yoga. Yoga is the royal science. So, but if you start adding sun, sleep, water, air, exercise, food, preservation, hey, you got it. You don't need to go deep into this knowledge, right? All this like advanced knowledge, right? With this stuff that comes, and you'll find it within. You won't be searching anymore. That's why I said at first you start with the seeking for deeper truth, right? And then you start pulling all these tools that I've given and that you might already have. You start using them, start utilizing them, and then you start getting a super consciousness. This is where the preservation really comes in, when you start using this for when your sun sign goes into the moon sign. And we'll talk about this together as a community, but you preserve your energy in these times, and it gives you a super consciousness, meaning cosmic consciousness, to where it's like all this stuff we're trying to learn about, you get it through the ether, you get it through your heart, your intuition, right? Like Eric, like you said, I posted up about the communication between the heart and the mind, right? You said, I seen something like that when I was meditating. Exactly. This is what we need. it's like we could read about it all the time, but when you start going in and seeing it, it guides you. And it's like, now I know what I need to do. So that's what I wanted to end off about, just using these tools and using that intuition and guidance to actually know what's really going on here, instead of all these speculations and theories, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, I could try to teach as much as I could teach, but it still becomes to you going within. And that's why I say, what's truth? You. So when you go in, you could see that. You don't have to ask it anymore. That's my message.